Hey everybody, wanted to let you know I'm headed back on tour. Friday, September 13th, I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Vulcan, one night only. Saturday, September 14th, I'm at the Granada Theater in Dallas, Texas, one night only. I'm back at the La Jolla Comedy Store Friday, September 20th and Saturday, September 21st. Salt Lake City, September 27th at the State Room, and Denver, Colorado, Saturday, September 28th at the Oriental Theater. Get your tickets for those shows and all shows on my website now at ryansickler.com.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Welcome back to the Wayback. I'm Ryan Sickler. Ryan Sickler on all your social media and ryansickler.com. I'm very excited to have this guest here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jim Norton. Welcome to the Wayback, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for doing this. Look, you're 55. You're old enough to remember this seat. Probably sat in one, you said.
I get very car sick, though.
You do? Yeah.
Horrible.
Right? It doesn't make sense. I was saying to, I think it was Ari, like, I can't even sit in that seat on a train that doesn't face the,
Nope.
Right?
Or Southwest. I wouldn't fly on Southwest because they had certain seats that would face backwards at one point.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. Private planes, I've only been on two, but my greatest, before I got on, I'm like, can I face forward? Or else I would rather just take a commercial plane. I cannot face backward.
So this is a lot of anxiety for you right now growing up.
It is, yes. Because just the idea of feeling like we're going that way and seeing the people in the car behind me, nausea. Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't like it. And when you're a kid, nobody wants to hear that shit. They don't care. Like,
No,
hey, put your
just
belt
shut up
on.
and get back there.
Yeah.
We're smoking up here.
Yeah, cry. Yeah, we got a Benson and Hedges and one of those awful.
Benson and
That's
Hedges.
what my mother smoked, and those awful portable sand-bottomed ashtrays.
Wait, she didn't use the ashtray that came with the car. She used, I know exactly what you're talking about. Little sand bottom ashtray.
Yeah. She would use that one.
And she put that in the car, like the
Yep.
portable, and
Yeah,
took it
yeah.
with her everywhere.
Yeah.
Right here,
Yep.
that thing right there. Yeah, that
Genius invention. Genius invention.
She's bringing it in the car.
Oh, yeah.
bro.
She sat there on the little hump in between the two seats. Yeah. Disgusting. Disgusting.
All right, so you grew up in Jersey. Where in Jersey?
North Brunswick.
North Brunswick. And what's it like growing up in North Brunswick?
It's uneventful. Like, there's really no definitive characteristic I can give it. Just kind of suburban, close to New Brunswick. So if you wanted to buy drugs, you didn't have to go far. You know what I mean? It was like a 8-minute ride. Very, very suburban and very, very plain. There's really, again, nothing of note comes from North Brunswick, myself included.
So what are you doing? What's a day for you as a kid in the summer?
It depends on the point of my life. Like, a lot of times it was just get up. You see your friends. You see the girls that you have a crush on who want nothing to do with me. Get drunk, make an ass out of myself, vomit, fall asleep, wake up, do it again. That was pretty much my summers.
Yeah, from your episode of The Honeydew, you were into drinking and stuff early, huh?
As a lad,
What
yes.
was your first substance?
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love
And what
pot.
was it? Beer? Was it whiskey? What was it?
It might have been blackberry brandy. Oh, no, rum. It was rum. Oh, no. Rum and Coke was the first time at a wedding. It's funny, with my aunt who I texted with this morning, her wedding back in the early 80s. I remember being scared to dance, and her best friend had a rum and Coke.
And how old are you?
Oh, wait, was it a whiskey sour? I don't remember. It was, but I was like 11, and I had a sip of it, and I remember dancing and loving it, and I got violently ill afterwards. I had no idea. Never again. Puking. It was a really bad sickness. Like, I had no idea I was going to puke from it. But yeah, that was the first time I connected feeling better with something outside of me. Like, oh, if I do this, I feel better, so I should do that.
And you grew up in Jersey, so Kirsten wanted to know, because we ask everybody about Action Park. You ever go to Action Park?
No, I there, Great Adventure, Disney. I hate amusement parks. I hate them. I hate them. I went to Great Adventure with my friend Bill and his brothers, and I remember getting so sick on the ride. We even went into one of those like 3D things where you feel like you're moving, like one of those giant, like you're in a seat, but you feel like you're on a roller coaster. And I had to go out and lay on the bench like a little fruit. My stomach.
That 3D one where you're flying over everything.
Yeah. Oh, I went out and laid on the bench for a half hour. I ruined everybody's good time. He was with his older brothers. They wanted to go on roller coasters. I just sat there like a little turd.
I remember a time we were at King's Dominion. This is in Virginia, so amusement park. And they had one of those, I don't know what they called it, time warp or something, but it was one of those rides where it spun really fast and the floor would drop out. And you'd stick to the wall, you know.
Like a centrifuge.
Yes. And I'll never forget this little girl. She was like a Girl Scout or something, begging, screaming, stop, stop, stop. And she threw up. But because of the centrifugal force, it went whoop, right back on her face like an octopus. Oh, God. And everyone in there smelling it. We're all like, oh, but now they got to slow it down, you know, to get us all out of there.
And it leaks on her, yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting. She's crying and crying.
I know what you're talking about. They had one in Iowa. It was called the Silly Silo.
Yeah. Oh, it was gnarly, man.
How long had it been for, the Silly Silo?
Oh, it'd be like 5 minutes, I feel like.
Oh,
I mean, it might have
God.
only been 3, but it felt
I don't
like
mind
5.
the ups and the downs. I'm okay with that. That's spinning. I can't do that.
I hate it all. The drops. That's why I don't like flying.
Yeah.
The little drops where your
any of
stomach
those,
goes up. Yeah, I'm really a pussy. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that thing, exactly.
Silly Silo Adventure.
Yeah, exactly that. And then the floor drops out a little bit and you're just stuck to the wall. And people, you know, the ones that have been in there a while, they know how to do it and they're climbing around on it and spinning around, you know. Oh, it's making me sick. Look at it.
Why?
Oh, God, I can't even look at it.
It's just so unnecessary.
I was talking to you about this before we started. So you grew up in the suburbs. You're straight suburbs.
Yep.
And we got there eventually, which was nice. But I was asking you because I was talking to a friend about this the other day. I was like, "Did you guys have those tot finder stickers in your windows?"
Yeah, the with for the fire department.
Yeah.
My mother actually put one up that said "No children here."
Yeah, so this, if you don't know what this is a sticker that you would put in your child's bedroom window so if the fire department showed up and the lights would hit it, would reflect, telling them, hey, there's a kid in this room here.
What a head of hair on that kid. Jesus Christ. What fucking arms on that kid.
Look at it. Yeah, that kid's I'm not sure that's a child now.
No, not at all.
That ain't a tot.
Fucking giant hands on the fireman. Oh, those are probably gloves. But that kid has got some fucking guns for arms.
For real, it's a great head of hair.
What a hairdo. What a wig.
Yeah, so this kind of meant you were loved, you know, loved enough. We had other ones too. I was saying, I asked you if you knew what Mr. Yuck was.
I do not know.
So this was a poison help sticker, right? Poison control. And you would put it on bottles of anything poisonous, obviously, to tell kids, hey, don't touch it. You know, don't touch this. And the funny thing, I just looked it up recently, was they said that actually it worked the opposite way, that kids were drawn to the sticker because of this face and stuff, and it didn't really help them. They have Mr. Yuck bedding?
Yeah, I guess you can get sheets.
No.
Yes, I've had women give me those sheets.
Yeah, we don't really seem to have like spokespeople for stuff anymore. Like this was the guy that said, don't drink poison. We had McGruff the crime dog. Let's look up McGruff.
Yeah, only you could take a bite out of crime.
Yeah, take a bite out of crime. This guy here, he was basically telling people to rat. That's what the hell he was saying.
Yeah.
Telling you to rat and get killed.
A dog in a trench coat. Right after this, probably went and fucking flashed his dick at strangers.
Look, never talk to the cops. What is this?
This might be a parody of
Okay, it has to be. Cops aren't your friend. Yeah. That's the whole thing. This is why Stop Snitching in Baltimore started, because McGruff came around telling everybody to rat people out.
Yeah, of course.
This guy's probably responsible for so many people getting killed.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah, guys thinking they're going to be protected. No.
Yeah, because the dog told me in the trench coat. There was we had Smokey the Bear. He's still around. Smokey the Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Now you played in the woods a lot. Tell me what's going on in the woods back in Jersey.
We didn't smoke as children. I was just putting my face on a girl's hiney, and occasionally me and my friend would trade sucks or tuck each other's dicks. But no smoking, thank goodness. That would have been unhealthy.
How far back in the woods are you going?
Far enough to not be seen from the street, but not so far that we couldn't have been seen within 4 seconds of entering the woods.
4 seconds.
Woods are scary.
Yeah,
the woods are a very scary place. You know, you want to get blown, but you don't want to get murdered. So you just go in there. And
are you smoking? Are you drinking back there
not
too?
as a little kid, no.
That was just for deviant sexual stuff.
Yeah, that was just for us to get to a little privacy. That was like that was our hotel. No drinking though, not at that age. I was a good boy.
You were?
Well, with some
Up until
the
wedding.
The wedding is what kind of set me off.
You tell your aunt that, by the way? Like, hey, you know that drink you fucking...
No, because it was her friend that did it. She probably wouldn't even remember because I think she was drunk too. So I'm sure she remembers the wedding, but I don't think she remembers me dancing. I think I did talk about it with her friend after. She's like, "Oh, you were so cute," you know.
And what's your first car in high school?
I think a Topaz.
A Topaz.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I haven't heard a Topaz in a long time.
Yeah, the Topaz.
This was the like the Lincoln Mercury one, wasn't it?
A Ford Topaz.
Mercury.
Oh, was it
there
Mercury
it is.
Topaz?
Mercury.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, well, that was the knockoff of the Fords, you know.
Oh, right. And it should have said guaranteed to not get pussy in because nobody fucks you in a Topaz. No one. Hey, ladies, hop in the Topaz. I think I bought it from my dad. My dad had it, so I gave him. I took over payments. It had like 90,000 miles, and then his Taurus. The Ford Taurus was the fancy Norton
So
vehicle.
he elevated from the Mercury up into the Ford proper.
Yes,
Ford
I always thought it was a
family.
Ford Topaz. That shows you how much I know.
Ford Taurus was a good get. Do that 1980 one down there. Your dad rolled
That's it.
around in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I really thought I was a classy gentleman when I was in the Ford Taurus.
This is what you were picking up sex workers in? The Topaz?
No, I think the Topaz.
Please tell me you got at least some sex actual and sex act in the
I
Topaz.
absolutely did because
Okay.
I was driving when I started doing that. So I believe the Topaz and the Taurus both had their share.
Your dad's Taurus?
I'm sure at one point, yeah.
Well, you said you're in your parents' driveway. Was that this car or the other one?
I mean, both. That was, and then my own car when I had my old Mustang. I didn't
kind
know
of Mustang did you
rear
have?
wheel. I forget, but I know it was rear wheel drive, which I hated in the snow. Nothing worse than trying to get a girl back to your driveway and hearing spinning out on Commercial Avenue, New Brunswick.
That's a hot little
Yeah,
ride.
it took me 5 years to pay it off. Might have been that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was the big car back then, the 5.0.
And I remember a girl I was dating gave me personalized license plates that said Jimmy's Mustang. Oh.
Did you put it on?
No, I certainly didn't. I'd rather have one that said Epstein's Island. Certainly didn't.
Were you a good driver? You getting accidents?
No accidents. I won. It wasn't my fault. I know I've had a really good history. I've always been really a pretty good driver. My dad was a truck driver, so he taught me to drive. And
How old were you driving? Did you
I
teach
think
you
I
a
was
little
I
early?
was 19 when I got my license.
Oh,
Or
really? You were
18 or
later?
19. Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because
Yeah.
you were just getting in trouble?
Yeah, and I was sober by then, and like my parents knew, like, all right, he'll be responsible. I had a year of sobriety, I think, and I was going to community college trying to get like credits that would match college and high school, and I kept missing the bus. I'm like, I have to drive, so I got my license.
So high school, let's go back to high school for you. I know you say you dropped out,
Yes,
right? When do you make the decision? When did you decide, hey, this is it for me? Did they kick you out or were you done?
it was kind of mutually agreed upon. Like, you're not doing well, and I didn't like it. I went to rehab, but January of '86, my senior year, so I missed a month of school. So that just really, I was already doing badly, and that just kind of tanked it. So I just kind of stopped going because I kept drinking, and I just eventually stopped going. And
Are you
got
guys
kinda-
throwing house parties back then in the suburbs? Like, where are you guys getting away to drink? The woods again?
At people's
At that
houses,
age?
whoever had it. Yeah, we were drinking like Lowenbrow. No, I'm sorry, Meisterbrow. Meisterbrow was $8 a case back then. A warm case of Meisterbrow was $8, or grain alcohol, because you could get a pint very fucking cheap because we were completely broke. Or shit pot that my friend grew. I remember if somebody had money, they'd go down and get Coke in New Brunswick, but none of it was really high quality drugs. It was all garbage.
Yeah, I remember that now. The two Steins.
What does Meisterbrow mean? Master brew or something? It really wasn't.
Master
Master
Champion?
Champion.
But it was not a Master Champion at
At
all.
all.
It was a warm, disgusting beverage.
Did you ever have a favorite drink back then?
I liked vodka, and I liked blackberry brandy. I drank a lot. I liked that very much, and then just beer because it was so cheap and it would get you fucked up or hard. I also loved. I didn't like grain alcohol at all. Everclear was terrible, but it would get you fucked up, and that was like it was
So you're not a big sports guy, I'm guessing. In high school, were you playing sports at all?
baseball. I played baseball.
You did?
Yeah, but I was never that great. I had a decent arm, and I had like one good year of hitting. I still remember this kid, Andy Blocker, told my dad, Jimmy's got one of the better arms on this team. And that was a compliment I got when I was 14. And I remember it at 55. That's how poorly I did at sports. Thank you, Andy. Jimmy has one of the better arms on this team, and we know why the arm was good. Getting a lot of outfield practice, jerking off.
You said you were a class clown, but were you a practical joker at all in school? Summer requires extraordinary hydration that's built for everyday dehydrating moments. Liquid IV hydrates you with benefits like electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. With 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients in a single stick, it's clear why Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. It couldn't be easier to do. You grab 16 ounces of water, you rip the tab off, you pour it in, you shake it up, you enjoy it. They offer a variety of delicious flavors, including sugar-free options, and the convenient packaging means you can bring some extra pouches no matter what you're doing. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and you use code WAYBACK at checkout. That is 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code WAYBACK at liquidiv.com.
No, I didn't care for practical jokes at all. I'm not a big fan of pranks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we told him it was blueberry jam, did you? What was it really? Fucking anthrax? That's a prank I would enjoy. We told him he was going on a date and they throw a Molotov cocktail in the room. No, I never enjoyed pranks. I just enjoyed like saying funny things or hearing funny things, but never a big pranker.
Were you close with your sister?
I was 7 years older, so
yeah.
we missed each other like by that. Like we're closer now, but when I was a kid, I was a teenager when she was 10 or 8. You know what I mean? So there was that disconnect.
So where are you guys going on vacation? Are you doing vacations? Are you guys camping? Like your parents are still together and married. So what did you guys do as a unit?
Vermont. We liked Vermont. We would go. My dad would take me fishing, and I would catch fish. I always felt bad when we threw him back. He had a Chevy Vega hatchback, and I remember he put a fish on the back, and that was so humiliating because he goes, "That's to let people know there's a fisherman on board." Humiliating.
What are you doing in Vermont? Just going there for like a week or so?
Cabin for a few days. And,
yeah. And is it just the 4 of you, or do you guys have friends going, family?
My grandmother lived with us. So
she did?
Yeah, she would come up. I don't remember if it was a cabin we stayed in. It might have been a cabin, but I wasn't a big fan of the outdoors. It always makes me. Richard Pryor had a line where he said something about nature just makes you want to shit. And that's how I felt in the woods. I always had to shit when I went into the woods. I always had to shit. So I never cared for the outdoors or camping. I hate it.
It was always Vermont, though? You never went anywhere else?
I don't know why my parents went there. I guess they thought it was a nice place. It was clean living. Show little Jimmy outdoors, and maybe he'll be a fisherman, quit fucking tooting on his friends' dicks every 10 minutes. Yeah, bring me to a place where they're isolated. There's no other lads my age.
And I'm assuming you're driving everywhere, too. You guys flying or driving up there?
Yeah,
right?
driving. My parents, we would just all hop in the car, and my dad would drive.
Oh, my God. And no other vacations you can remember? No Disney Worlds, none of that stuff?
D.C. We went to Washington, D.C. one time.
What?
I think just to show me the nation's capital. Mm-hmm. And I was probably 13, but I remember by then I was into porn. And I remember looking out by our hotel, and I could see a sign that Candy Samples was appearing live. And I was a big fan of Candy Samples. There was Annie Ample and there was Candy Samples.
You knew who that was?
Sure.
You did?
Big giant tits. She was a blonde with big giant tits. Candy Samples was every boy's dream. She was a MILF back then. And I was like, Dad, Candy Samples is going to be here.
Look up Candy Samples,
yeah.
Please. I need to see who Candy
Yeah, my dad
Samples
wouldn't take me to see Candy Samples. Yeah. Come on. How fucking hot was she for a young kid? Holy shit. Who didn't want to nurse on those fat tits? Oh, she
Candy Samples
drove me bonkers. Yeah. Oh, my God.
And she was making an appearance somewhere?
At like a strip club. Yeah, she was doing like a live.
And you told your dad at 13,
take me to see Candy Samples, Dad. I want to meet Candy Samples. And he refused. I remember we went to a drive-in one time. And we saw the Bad News Bears, and then the fucking second showing was The Sensual Nurse with Ursula Andress. So we had to leave. So creepy.
That is weird to think
It was
about
a very
watching
weird.
a drive-in.
Yeah, we just left. My dad's like,
movie.
we're gonna go home now. I'm gonna watch another movie, Dad. You sleep now.
Candy samples, man.
Yeah,
I've
isn't she
never
great?
heard of her.
Annie Ample was awesome. There was some great ones.
Who's Annie? Let's look up
She was
Annie
another
Ample.
gal with very large breasts.
Yeah, Ample, I'm
Yeah,
guessing,
very
right?
pretty. Oh my God, did I love her as a kid? There was some good ones. Fucking Seika, of course. You remember Seika, right?
I do remember Seika. Look her up.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
She looked when she was younger. I met her for the first time at this place called Frank's Chicken House, where they would have
Hold
like
on,
these.
look up Frank's Chicken House right now.
It was in New Jersey. And they would have it was bring your own alcohol. So I was 18 by this point.
Okay.
So they would bring these in Manville, yes. And they would bring these these beautiful porn stars in to come and dance, and you could take Polaroids. So I met her. I met Erica Boyer, who died in a car accident. I met Marilyn Chambers.
Marilyn Chambers. I forgot about Marilyn Chambers.
Yeah, I still have pictures with Seika from my 84.
So was it a chicken spot, or is that what they called the strip
Don't remember.
club?
In all honesty, I don't remember. I just went there to meet these. I was starstruck by porn people. Like I never looked down on them. I was so starstruck. And I became friends with Seika later in life. She asked me to write the forward to her book.
Really?
Yeah, which was great. Like she's awesome. She's a really nice person. Dave Attell had a show called This Old Porn or something. He did some porn show and he had me on, and she was the porn guest years ago, about 15 years ago. Oh, I mean, like a young stud like that. I mean,
Look at young Jimmy Norton right there.
Still with the Aussie shirt. A young vag machine. Look at that.
Was that haircut a choice?
Yes, it was. Yeah, I wanted to look like a railroad worker in the early 1920s. Yeah. What a creep.
What year? Wait. Go back to that figure. How old are you here? Is this like freshman in high school?
Sophomore year of high school.
you
Sophomore year of
look
high school.
about that, yeah.
And this next picture was a guy named Pat Gaynor. I used to perform at this place called Arbajohn's.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me in like 1990. I would always wear these baggy pants, these workout pants with those awful little elf shoes. And Pat took a picture. Sweaty pits noted. I didn't
notice.
And it's funny. I believe that's Arbajohn's in East Brunswick, New Jersey. And when I was starting out, Ari Spears, who I've known that long, like in 1991, his mom, because he's younger, he was a very talented kid. His mom would bring him in.
There it is.
There you go, Restaurant Lounge, East Brunswick.
Photos right there.
Wow. I'd love to know when that closed. I mean, again, I went in there for like 90 to 93. I learned a lot in that place, though, about hecklers and about what made me funny to other comedians.
How old are you in that picture we were looking at there?
22.
22 there.
Or 23 max. But yeah, I would always wear those pants. I thought I had to have my little comedy costume. How many years were you in comedy? I started April of 1990. Oh yeah, there's my driver's license.
Look at that.
Yeah, young, dangerous guy with an attitude.
19 right there, ready to roll in that Topaz,
yeah,
bro.
in that, I mean, hey.
Look at you, bro.
Young, cool guy with a crisp 20. Hop in, madam.
Did you ever have a fake ID?
No.
No,
I panicked too easily. I knew I'd get caught.
So you're a pretty solid kid right up until
yeah, I mean,
you went buck wild.
until I got my license and realized, like, wow, if you pay someone, they'll do this.
There's a world out there.
Yeah, sure was. Very pleased. I was very pleased when I discovered that you could actually just go out and get sex.
Were you getting sex workers in high school?
No. I didn't know you could. I had no money. Excuse me. I was very broke at that age.
What's the first time you made out with a girl then?
Oh God, I don't know. I was very young, I'm sure.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I don't remember any of my firsts.
You remember your first French kiss?
No, not at all. Not at
you were
all.
already going.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time
Full
someone pissed in
steam
a
ahead.
cup and I drank it. I definitely am not going to remember. The kiss didn't stand out.
The first time.
If I don't remember that, it's the first kiss is way back on the list.
You're wild, dude. I love it. I really love it. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, this was great, man. I had a great time. I love
It's
your
been
dog.
great to have you, man. Thank you.
Yes, anytime.
Please promote everything again that you'd like, all of it.
JimNorton.com. I'm doing tour dates everywhere. This is how not media savvy I am. I've been in the business since 1990. I'm looking at the fucking TV screen instead of the camera. What a fucking out of the business idiot. And I didn't know which one was my camera. So before I looked into that one. What a fucking out of the loop idiot. So yeah, I'll look up there. My dates are, there's an empty Google screen. Fucking dope. What a zilch. JimNorton.com if you want to see me live. I'm going everywhere. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Oklahoma City, fucking just wherever. Texas, Houston, Dallas, Petaluma, California, Monterey, Santa Cruz. And my wife and I do a YouTube channel, Nikki and Jim NYC, at Nikki and Jim NYC, if you want to see just kind of slices of our daily life. And, just see that our relationship is fairly normal. That's it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. This was great.
As always, Ryan Sickler on your social media. Come see me on tour. All tickets are available on my website at ryansickler.com. We'll talk to you all next week.